Velkommen tilbake til Infinigate TV her fra Blackhat i Las Vegas. I'm here with Matt Hathaway. Welcome, Matt.
Thank you.
From Rapid7.
Yes.
So let's give us the elevator pitch.
Sure. So Rapid7 is really focused on trying to empower the IT and security teams. What we look to provide for security is really the insight, and it comes through in our name of our products and everything else. But what that means is, there's a lot of there's currently this innovation paradox in technology, where as you start to adopt more and more of the technology, you don't get rid of the old technology, and so that introduces more and more risk. But it creates a lot more productivity. It gives people convenience. They need the newer technology, and so they need to be able to manage how they adopt it and bring it into their organizations, how consumers use it. It's very, very appropriate and necessary, but the IT and security teams, they have to be involved. And so we look to provide them not just the data, we use all the data being produced by these massive amounts of software solutions and hardware and everything to try and get some insight. So go from data to the information they need to do their jobs well, to be able to perform various tasks, whether it's understanding where the risks lie, whether or not something is compromised, be able to get that context and quickly really get to that point and accelerate that insight for them.
So all the just making use of the data that's already there.
Yep.
And actually doing something useful with it.
For the most part, yeah. I mean, whether it's our services, and in that case, the insight can be just simply, here's a great plan to mature your organization. What are the next steps? What should you do first? Or also in our products themselves, we look to provide that information, and that's across various. A lot of people would think very different solutions, but that's really the consistency of taking all of this, data, all the systems they already have, and trying to identify what information is important, what they need to do their jobs.
So many of our customers know that you have, I guess maybe you're most known for penetration tools and and exposing weaknesses and whether or not your different vulnerabilities.
Right.
But you also you mentioned Insight, which happens to be also the name of your incident,
yep. and that was done on purpose, not by me, but by the organization. So Insight IDR.
Insight IDR.
Yeah.
Right. So if I work with security, I'm head of security, part of the security team.
Sure.
What can Insight IDR sort of provide?
Great question. So Insight IDR it was born out of this incubator within Rapid7. So new group of hires, all new software developers focused on one problem, helping people detect attacks that they couldn't before, and simplifying a lot of the incident detection and response scenarios, a lot of the tasks they have to do, because we just kept hearing the same terms: alert fatigue, too much money to manage the rules and everything, or
alert fatigue for could you just elaborate a little bit on what that is?
Absolutely, yeah. So alert fatigue is, most organizations, I think the last numbers I saw, get between 2,000 and 3,000 alerts a day.
Right.
And
it's too much.
And it's been shown, I think, unless you have 30 people on a team, you can't manage that number.
Yeah.
So they have a lot of steps in place to triage and determine which ones to not even look into, which means it's a pointless alert, or which ones to pursue and track down, and they end up being false positive. And even a false positive, it's okay to have some on occasion, but it still takes so much time. It was taking 2-3 hours just to track down and prove
that it actually is a false positive.
Yeah, or even a true one. It should be quicker. The goal we always had was, not be noisy. Have, most of our customers have between 10 and 20 alerts a day for Insight IDR. We consistently hear that they're useful. Not everyone's going to be a true positive, but some of them often are, somebody shouldn't be doing that. That's not malicious. People shouldn't be doing these things within the organization, or that's a misconfiguration, and now we'll go remediate that problem.
So what about the response part? So is that sort of, if you have a breach, if you have an incident, then remediation, or?
So the product itself is not. It's not. I mean, the response part is identifying and fully scoping the incident, listing out logs that show some piece of evidence, endpoint, interrogating the endpoints and saying, well, this laptop currently has the following setting in a registry, which means that was compromised in this time frame. So putting that all in one place, having a simple document for the remediation team is really the response part of the product. But we also have services and a managed product. So analytic response is our expert SOC based in the DC area will 24/7 monitor your network for these kinds of incidents, and it includes incident response retainer, so that if anything seriously happens, they're immediately, the same team that already is monitoring your network will be involved and take care of what's happening and make sure it's resolved quickly.
So they don't have to get a separate team in to, okay, so this is their network, and waste a lot of time.
Right.
Time is of the essence in some cases.
Yeah.
I'm sure. And I guess it sounds a little bit like, so I guess all security teams would argue they're understaffed.
It's a pretty common theme.
Yeah, you don't really get many people complaining that we're too many people on our team.
Yeah.
So for me, it just sounds like this is really sort of, because if you get an alert or something happens, then knowing why there's an alert, why is this, not just a list going, don't do that, but
Not
don't
just
do
a
that
log line
because of
somewhere.
this. So for me, it sounds super interesting, and I hope that hope we'll be seeing more of inside IDR in this coming year.
Yeah, no, it'd be great. We absolutely focus with the managed services, or even with user experience and the amount we put into it, trying to make it, junior analysts can participate, IT departments, everybody should be able to help on the security side, right? Help take a part of that response. It shouldn't require everybody in the team to be experts on interpreting raw log lines, things like that. So
as long as Rapid7 are experts and Infinigate are experts, then I think everyone is all set. Thank you, for your time, and enjoy the rest of Blackhat.
I will.
Det var allt för den här gången. Ha det!